Hey guys, Jake here, and I'm gonna try and keep it quick today, but these things never seem to go quick when you have something to talk about. But and for y'all, don't think that this is gonna be just another Trump bashing video. As I said before, and I'll keep saying, we the people should hold all of our politicians accountable for what they do. But I put out a video the other day, and I got several comments on there, and I've heard multiple people say, well, have you even read the executive orders? Did you read the executive orders? And yes, I do try and go read through a lot of what they are putting out. But in typical fashion, most of these things are written in ways where if you're not an attorney or a law student, chances are you're not going to understand what's happening. Because the photo op that most of the presidents take when they do these things are simply that. They're a photo op. You got the prez sitting there with his pencil, and he gets out his little book and flops that open for you where it all looks good, and he gives his little signature and hands it off to the guy and says, go get this taken care of. Makes you feel warm and fuzzy on the inside as an American. That little page there that you see in the little leather binder is this much of that executive order. And today, I'm going to leave a couple of them down below, maybe in the pinned comment or in the description for you to go look at. And I ask, please, go take just a few minutes and look at what is going on. And I'm only going to take a couple of them here. Maybe we'll go over a couple more later on. These things are happening so fast that it is difficult to try and keep up with it. But a couple of the big ones, all right, were the drill baby drill executive order, where everything looks so good on the outside, and Trump is going to open up all of this drilling, and it's going to make your gas cheaper, and it's going to make us energy independent, and you know, all of the good things that they want to sell. Looks good in the little binder, got the signature, quick short little page. Well, I'm going to leave it for you down below and go look at it. Go read through it. At least just the first couple of pages, all right? A brief breakdown here of what the first one is about drilling and a lot of natural gas, not so much oil. But that executive order focuses around Alaska, not the other 49 states wherever there may be oil, or the Gulf for that matter. The focus of that executive order is Alaska. And a big part of the drilling leases that are going to be opened up for exploration and extracting this oil from up there is around the ANWR area. If none of y'all are familiar with the ANWR area, it is the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. It is several million acres of prime, pristine, untouched, beautiful land. One of the few places left in the United States of such precious land. And there are a lot of oil and minerals and gas in this area. They've known it for a long time. That's exactly why in 1960 this area was dedicated as a wildlife refuge. And again in 80, And pretty much since then, all presidents have withstood from exploiting this area. And now, the executive order has been signed by Mr. Trump to allow these companies to go in there and exploit this area. Now, I have a couple of questions and issues with that. For one, because it is one of the last pristine areas within the United States. And trying to be a good steward to the planet, I don't think we as people should interfere so much with nature, especially since we already have so much. It's no different than the Amazonian rainforest down there. I mean, there are some things that just shouldn't be messed with. But I can also understand the greater good of being able to exploit this area for resources. I think it just needs to be done in a very limited manner. But my opinion on it is here nor there. The fact that it's happening was the point here. And of course, if y'all are familiar with that area or Alaska at all, there is not a lot of infrastructure up there. So you are talking about, building roads, building towns, building supply stations, getting the drilling equipment up there, drilling, putting in the infrastructure to remove this, whether it be by pipeline or truck or however. It is a major process that's going to be involved in doing that. And we won't even discuss the problems with all that on the land itself. But the problem that I have with it is, who's going to pay for that? Okay, again, it comes back to the debt. And by signing that executive order, obviously the Army Corps of Engineers will be involved and stuff, but obviously there's going to be a lot of large corporations involved. And our government surely is going to be giving federal tax dollars to install and operate and maintain this infrastructure. So we, the people, are paying for this infrastructure. And then large corporations like Shell and Exxon and Mobil and BP and, all of the large oil producers are going to come in there and exploit this mineral, whatever it may be, and then charge us for it. So we're paying for the big old companies to get at this stuff, and then they're charging us again to actually use the stuff. If they're going to open these areas up to these companies, the corporations should pay for the exploration and the infrastructure and, all of that stuff, in my opinion. But, again, I won't focus on this too much. Just know that most 99% of what that executive order was signed for was the Alaskan area. And look into it, because there are some other things there like timber and seafood that the government is also going to take over. And you can read through it and see, what regulations they have turned back or denied. It's quite interesting to see. And even through all of that, it's going to take years and years and years and years for all this to happen. Infrastructure, being able to get to the stuff, drilling the stuff, getting the stuff out of there, build ports, however it is that you're going to do it, pipelines, whatever. Years and years and years. Okay, this isn't going to happen just in the next few weeks or months. All right, the second executive order that I'll put down here for you to take a look at is another executive order which I haven't seen too much mentioned in the news and the hoopla about getting it signed, or too much reporting on it. But it is basically the Energy Emergency Act. And this one doesn't really have anything to do with oil so much as it does minerals. And they don't specifically list which minerals in there. But if you remember here, maybe a month or so ago, maybe a couple of months now, I put up a video regarding the hurricane that was steered in North Carolina. Remember all the talk going on about the lithium that they were wanting in North Carolina? Much of the talk going on now about why California is on fire. You know, the conspiracy theory about the government running the people out of these areas because they wanted the minerals. Well, the second executive order is pretty specific about minerals and how it gives the government the right of eminent domain through the National Defense Act, all right, to take whatever said land that they want to take. Exactly like I told you in the video a couple of months ago. Just go back and look. The government has the power to take any land that they see fit for the betterment of this country and the people. And now that Trump has signed the executive order for the national, power emergency, it's only going to give them more power to do that. And they can come in there and remove you off of your land at any time if they see fit and claim eminent domain. Now, you can fight it all you want, but you're fighting the government, which is a losing battle, folks, all right? So, again, the conspiracy theories of, the dues and steering the hurricanes and all that to get these few families out of this area, they don't need to do that, folks. They can simply come in there with their little piece of paper and throw you off of your land. And Trump has solidified that with his executive order. And they will and are going to be doing that. Whatever it may be, copper, silver, gold, lithium, water, they can declare whatever mineral they want that they need at the time. And that is part of the whole New World Order Agenda 2030, is to control all of these minerals. Control the minerals and you control the people. Very simple. Just like control the water, you control the people. Control the money, control the food, whatever, you control the people. And these people are going to be in control of everything. Those are just the two that I'm going to throw at you today. I have many more questions and legitimate, gripes with our government, no matter what it might be, left or right. Because again, I didn't hear too much on the campaign trail about it being ANWR. And a lot of people, I think, thought it was going to be the Gulf and down here in the southern states, blah, 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 blah. But get in there and read the fine print details of those executive orders. You would be surprised. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe.